Hello, I'm Jim Ellison. I'm head of the technical and educational departments here at SternGold. And today I'd like to talk to you about how to make a custom tray or baseplate using our SternTek Custom Tray and Baseplate material. Now this material is a composite, a bisacryl composite, so it handles a lot better and is a lot more consistent than some of the acrylic materials out there. It also is more consistent in its thickness and is very strong. The advantages that we have over some of the other materials is because it's a nice composite, it powders nicely, and you can, when you're grinding it and trimming it, and it will have that those grindings sucked up into a suction material. You also don't need any air barrier materials or really any lubricants to be able to use this material. Now, you'll also notice here that we don't need any special handle material. It actually sticks to itself, and I'll show you how we do that. Now, it comes in a blue, rather traditional blue color. It also has a rose color. Some people prefer that. And for the base plate, it comes in a somewhat translucent pink material. If you're making a tray over a model with teeth, and in this case we see some impression copings, you would want to block out, particularly around the head of the impression copings, so that the tray material didn't lock in. You also need a little bit of space for the impression material that will be used inside the custom tray. So a sheet of pink baseplate wax is often used to cover this, so that we can then have some space and won't lock it in. Well, I'm going to make a tray on this upper edentulous model. I have my tray material, the blue. In the maxilla, it's a good idea to start in the center and push it into the palette. We don't want to stretch it too much. If we start here, we can then fold it over the edges carefully and push it down into the borders. Now, probably your best tools are your fingers, and I also will use a number 7 wax spatula. We can trim off the excess and we'll be able to use this excess. Now you can use the end of your wax spatula to form it. You can kind of fold it in and form it into the edge, down into the area at the border of your tray. To make the handle, we'll use the excess material, form it, and press it right in. Now, to make smooth edges, you can take a little petroleum jelly and just blend it in very nicely. All right, so we've set up the timer for 2 minutes on the outside in our light box. All right, so it's cured for 2 minutes. It's set, but not completely under the handle. So we'll take this off, flip it over, put it back in the box, and turn it on for another minute or so. Well, our tray is all cured now, but we have some rough edges here. So you would use either a lathe or a burr and a handpiece to smooth all this off. Now I happen to have one here in the rose material where we have smoothed it. And the best way to tell if you've done a good job is run over the edges with your finger. Now you would perforate the tray with a burr to make holes for mechanical retention. You would also paint this with some tray adhesive. Here we've You can see on this one where we use the polyvinyl material, it's a bit shiny. And the shininess comes from the varnish, the Stern Vantage Varnish LC. This is a light cured coating that we can put on if you like to make your trays look a little better. You can make them shiny on the outside by painting a thin layer of the varnish on and light curing it for about a minute.